DMT, the spirit molecule. What is DMT? Dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, is a powerful psychedelic compound that has fascinated scientists, spiritual seekers, and adventurers alike for decades. Known for inducing rapid, profound, and often otherworldly experiences, DMT is both a naturally occurring substance found in various plants and animals, including humans, and a synthesized psychedelic used in rituals, research, and recreational contexts. Unlike longer-lasting psychedelics such as LSD or psilocybin, a DMT experience is brief, usually peaking within 5 to 10 minutes when smoked or vaporized, though it can feel like a lifetime for those who journey into its realms. Indigenous tribes in South America have long used DMT-containing plants, particularly in the ceremonial brew ayahuasca, where DMT combines with other plant alkaloids to allow for a longer-lasting visionary experience. DMT is sometimes referred to as the spirit molecule due to its intense, transcendent effects, which many users describe as deeply mystical, spiritual, or otherworldly. Some speculate that DMT might even play a role in dreams and near-death experiences, as it is produced in trace amounts in the human brain, although this remains scientifically debated. Chemical composition. DMT belongs to a class of compounds known as tryptamines, which are structurally similar to serotonin, a neurotransmitter responsible for mood regulation. Its molecular structure closely resembles that of serotonin and melatonin, allowing it to interact with serotonin receptors in the brain, specifically the 5-HT2A receptors. This interaction is believed to drive the profound and surreal visions often associated with DMT, creating vibrant visuals, distorted time perception, and deeply personal or even cosmic revelations. DMT's molecular structure is so ubiquitous in nature that it's been found in everything from grasses to mammals, including humans. Its widespread presence has led some researchers to theorize that DMT may play an unexplored role in consciousness itself, possibly influencing dreaming, imagination, or other altered states of perception. Other street names. In the psychedelic community, DMT goes by several nicknames, each reflecting its reputation as an intense, transformative experience. Common names include the spirit molecule and the God molecule, which both nod to the mystical, often divine encounters people report. Some users also call it businessman's trip or businessman's lunch due to its brief yet impactful duration, which allows for a quick in-and-out journey into other realms. Among those who have experienced its effects, DMT is sometimes referred to as the light, due to the blindingly vibrant, almost electric visuals it induces. In South American shamanic traditions, however, DMT-containing brews like ayahuasca are referred to as medicine, rather than a drug, as they are used to heal the mind, body, and spirit through extended ceremonies that respect the plant's powerful effects. History of its use. DMT has a fascinating history, one that spans continents and cultures. While the compound itself was first synthesized by Western chemists in the 1930s, indigenous peoples in the Amazon have been using plants containing DMT for centuries. The Amazonian brew ayahuasca combines DMT-containing plants with MAO inhibitors, which allow DMT to be absorbed orally, resulting in a longer, more sustained visionary experience. The use of ayahuasca for healing and divination remains a sacred practice among tribes like the Shipibo and the Yawanawa. The 1960s saw a resurgence of interest in DMT, and it became a research focus due to its mind-altering properties. Researchers like Dr. Rick Strassman conducted studies in the 1990s on the effects of intravenous DMT, which resulted in his well-known book DMT, The Spirit Molecule. His research sparked widespread interest in the compound, with participants in his studies reporting encounters with entities and visions that were spiritual or even alien in nature. Ayahuasca ceremonies were traditionally held in the evening or night, allowing shamans to guide participants through extended journeys, sometimes lasting 4 to 6 hours. These rituals are still practiced today in Peru, Brazil, and other parts of the Amazon basin, with tourists now traveling from around the world to experience what they see as a sacred and transformative journey. Where does it come from? DMT is naturally present in various plants found in South America, including Psychotria viridis and Diplopteris cabrerana, both of which are key ingredients in ayahuasca. These plants grow naturally in the Amazon rainforest, thriving in the humid, fertile environment that supports a wealth of other medicinal plants. Outside of its traditional South American sources, DMT has also been found in certain species of acacia trees in Africa and Australia. DMT can be synthetically produced in a laboratory setting as well, although its extraction from natural sources remains popular among enthusiasts who prefer a plant-based connection. Due to the legal restrictions surrounding DMT in many countries, synthetic DMT has also gained a cult status, with some enthusiasts viewing it as a gateway to higher states of consciousness. Mimosa hostilis, a plant native to Brazil and other parts of Latin America, contains high levels of DMT in its root bark. This has made it one of the most popular plants used for DIY DMT extraction, despite legal restrictions in many regions. How much does it cost? DMT's price can vary widely depending on the form, purity, and market availability. Raw DMT-containing plants like Mimosa hostilis root bark are often cheaper, costing around $20 to $50 per ounce, whereas pure DMT extract can be priced between $100 and $200 per gram in countries where it is not legally restricted. The process of extracting DMT from plants requires specialized knowledge and equipment, which can add to the overall cost. Although DMT is one of the most potent psychedelics by weight, its brief duration means that users often need only a small amount, typically 10 to 30 milligrams, to achieve the desired effect. Despite its high cost per gram, a small quantity can offer multiple experiences, making it cost-effective compared to other psychedelics. What effects does it have on the body scientifically? When DMT enters the body, it binds primarily to 5-HT2A receptors in the brain, creating intense visual hallucinations, altered perception of time, and a feeling of breaking through into another reality. Users report sensations of complete disembodiment, ego dissolution, and encounters with what they describe as entities, often in realms that feel entirely separate from our physical world. The experience can be overwhelmingly intense, with participants describing a feeling of traveling through kaleidoscopic tunnels, meeting interdimensional beings, or observing cosmic patterns beyond human comprehension. Because the effects are so brief, peaking and subsiding within 10 to 15 minutes, scientists speculate that DMT is rapidly metabolized by the body's enzymes, especially monoamine oxidase, MAO. This rapid metabolism means that smoked DMT doesn't linger in the body, which partly explains the short trip duration and swift come-down period afterward. Some researchers believe that DMT's effect on perception is so dramatic because it disrupts the brain's default mode network, DMN, a system that keeps us grounded in everyday reality. With the DMN temporarily disabled, users experience a rapid flood of sensory information that may account for the vivid, often unexplainable visuals that characterize the DMT trip. Breaking down those effects, in plain English. Think of DMT as a cosmic catapult that launches you into an entirely different dimension for a brief but intense visit. Some describe it as a consciousness slingshot, where one moment you're lying on your couch, and the next, you're careening through kaleidoscopic worlds filled with otherworldly beings, geometric patterns, and a sense of cosmic understanding that's impossible to explain. The experience often feels as if you've tapped into a dimension that exists outside of time, returning to reality minutes later with a memory that feels surreal yet meaningful. Many users report meeting machine elves or alien beings that communicate with them in what they describe as telepathic or symbolic languages. Stories of these encounters range from lighthearted to life-altering, with users feeling that they've learned profound lessons or simply laughed alongside these strange beings. The experience can feel so real that many come back convinced they weren't just hallucinating, but visiting another realm altogether. Duration of its effects. DMT is known for its remarkably short duration, making it one of the quickest yet most intense psychedelics available. When smoked, the effects peak within 2 to 5 minutes and subside after around 15 to 20 minutes. The trip's brevity, combined with its intensity, makes DMT a unique experience in the psychedelic world. For those who prefer a slower, deeper journey, drinking ayahuasca with an MAO inhibitor can extend the DMT experience to 4 to 6 hours. Trivia. The rapid metabolism of DMT in the body is due to the enzyme monoamine oxidase, which breaks down DMT almost immediately when ingested. This is why DMT has to be combined with an MAO inhibitor in ayahuasca to allow it to be absorbed orally. In its smoked or vaporized form, DMT bypasses this enzymatic process, allowing for a quicker, more intense experience that dissipates just as fast. General precautions of using. While DMT is generally considered non-toxic and non-addictive, its intensity demands respect. The effects can be overwhelming, and many users find that having a sitter present, a trusted, sober person to watch over them, is essential. The disorientation of a DMT trip can make it difficult to control your body or remember basic safety, so being in a safe, comfortable setting is crucial. Since DMT's effects are so rapid, it's advisable for first-timers to start with a lower dose, as the intensity can be shocking, even for experienced psychonauts. Another important consideration is mental readiness. DMT's intense visuals and feelings of ego dissolution can be unsettling, and some users report feeling anxious or uneasy after a powerful trip. People with a history of mental health issues, such as schizophrenia or severe anxiety, are generally advised to avoid DMT due to the potential for triggering or worsening symptoms. Even for those without mental health issues, setting a clear intention before use can help guide the experience toward a positive, insightful outcome. Users often recommend taking deep breaths and focusing on letting go as the effects begin. While it may sound simple, the rapid onset of the DMT experience can be so overwhelming that people feel an urge to fight the sensation, which only adds to the intensity. By focusing on calm breathing and acceptance, users can navigate the experience more smoothly. Government's opinion. DMT's legal status varies widely around the world, primarily due to its powerful effects and unique cultural background. In the United States, DMT is classified as a Schedule I substance, meaning it's illegal to possess or use. However, certain religious organizations, such as the Santo Daime and União do Vegetal, UDV, have received legal permission to use ayahuasca, which contains DMT, in their ceremonies. These allowances are based on the cultural and spiritual significance of ayahuasca in these communities, and similar exceptions are seen in Brazil and other countries with indigenous traditions involving DMT. In Europe, DMT is similarly regulated, though some countries, like Portugal, have decriminalized personal possession. Canada also prohibits DMT, although ayahuasca ceremonies operate within legal gray areas. The legal landscape around DMT and ayahuasca continues to evolve, with ongoing debates about whether the substance should be reclassified to acknowledge its cultural, therapeutic, and spiritual uses. Despite DMT's legal status in many places, ayahuasca retreats have become increasingly popular in South America and other countries, with travelers visiting for healing or spiritual growth. Some countries, like Peru, have officially recognized ayahuasca as part of their cultural heritage, promoting its traditional use as part of a broader movement to preserve indigenous knowledge and practices. Our opinion, DMT remains one of the most intriguing substances in the psychedelic landscape, bridging science, spirituality, and cultural history. Its rapid, intense effects are not for everyone, but for those who feel called to explore, DMT offers an unparalleled opportunity to tap into something beyond ordinary consciousness. Unlike longer-lasting psychedelics, DMT is a profound yet brief encounter that can provide deep insights or simply leave users with a sense of awe. Many describe DMT as a cosmic reminder of the mysteries of existence, with some believing it unlocks realms beyond our physical world. For some, a single DMT trip can shift their perspective on life, death, and reality itself. While the experience may feel like a lifetime in another dimension, its brevity gives users the chance to return to their everyday lives with a renewed sense of wonder. Whether used for personal insight, spiritual exploration, or curiosity, DMT stands out as a potent reminder of the mind's uncharted potential.